the internet of value at Ripple, we're thinking much bigger than just cross-border payments. It's kind of like Amazon with rare books in the early days, just this market happens to be a $10 trillion market.
We are at a historic turning point.
Said in the past that you are doing for money what email did for communication.
Moving the whole revolution forward. There's trillions of dollars parked around the world. XRP.
Is there a possibility that Ripple could take over SWIFT one day?
More trading in their own national currency will be the first step and towards building a common currency. But I think that's an aspirational goal.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to an episode of 24 Hour Script. Let's get right into today's video. My heart is racing as I record this video because the excitement is so crazy. It's through the roof because the information and the evidence we're going to cover in today's video is going to completely shock you. And the accuracy of it is going to blow you out of the waters, okay? You can make this stuff up. Where do we even begin? Yesterday, we talked about this BRICS Journal of Economics talking about on de-risking and de-dollarizing intra-BRICS trade via smart contracts. And in this PDF, I highlighted this part. Funds needed to execute the contract can be temporarily pre-stored in a linked virtual escrow-like account associated with the contract to guarantee fund availability at the time of execution. And they refer to the XRP ledger. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to say one thing. You cannot miss this video, not even a second of it. Once the contract execution date arrives and conditional fulfillment checks are completed, smart contracts self-execute and disperse associated payments to the contracting parties, automating execution and settlement, as well as eliminating contractual disputes and risks of non-fulfillment of obligations by counterparties. And a major spike happened on the XRP scan yesterday, which we're going to cover, called checks created, which this one, I'm lost of words right now. But in the same PDF, take a listen to what they said. Due to their automated execution capabilities and disintermediation of third-party legal and settlement entities, smart contracts are starting to gain momentum in Western Consortium for Trade Finance, currency trading, and commodity trading in the mainstream dollarized economy. Wow, third-party legal and settlement entities. Where am I going with this? Take a listen to this part of the video that I said yesterday was so important. And I can't believe how accurate that we were. Folks, this is huge. This is going to be locked up. They're going to be doing transactions in the future where it doesn't execute right away, but they put dates on it, which means there's going to be, remember what that whole fundamental framework when they said corporations and banks can be holding on to XRP until they execute the trade. So they could be holding on to, for example, 1 billion XRP for next week's settlement that they're proposing. All right, now to the juicy part. Project Mariana, cross-border exchange of wholesale CBDCs using automated market makers. Automated market makers, keep that in mind. First, the project explores joint trading and settlement in wholesale CBDCs using so-called automated market maker, AMM, expanding on previous cross-border wholesale CBDC projects that focused on settlement only. This is where Ripple plays a big factor, okay? If you guys recall, Ripple shared an update and it was about the AMM, XRPL AMM technical features and updates. And they said they had a potential game changer for the XRP ledger. And here we are with the BIS Innovation Hub openly speaking about AMM. And on top of that, take a listen to this video by the BIS Innovation Hub.
A tokenized financial system may be on the horizon with the potential to change markets. Today, the largest financial market in the world is the foreign exchange market, trading $7.5 trillion a day. How might we trade and settle FX in a tokenized world? Project Mariana ventures a look. It explores how wholesale central bank digital currencies, together with concepts borrowed from emerging decentralized finance, may improve effectiveness, safety, and transparency of FX trading and settlement. Mariana is a joint project between the BIS Innovation Hub, the Bank of France, the Monetary Authority of Singapore, and the Swiss National Bank. How does it work? An international blockchain-based network is at the heart of the experiment. It serves as an interbank foreign exchange market for hypothetical euro, Singapore dollar, and Swiss franc wholesale CBDCs. So-called automated market makers, decentralized exchanges popular in today's DeFi markets, enable FX trading and settlement for financial institutions. Wholesale CBDCs originate from the domestic platforms. They can be transferred between the domestic platforms and the international network using bridges. A uniform technical standard for the wholesale CBDCs on the international network enables interoperability and central bank governance.
And just put the icing on the cake, Ripple is in the task force for interoperability with the BIS Innovation Hub. Ladies and gentlemen, go ahead and smash that like button, because here is what everybody has been waiting for. The XRP ledger checks created spiked yesterday to numbers that we have not seen before. It's not a crazy amount, it's 27, but since inception of this feature, it has never spiked to these levels. How is this beneficial for banks and especially the BRICS nations? Well, I'm going to describe everything to you right now. Create a check object in the ledger, which is a deferred payment that can be cashed by its intended destination. The sender of the transaction is the sender of the check. This is where the XRP gets locked up. Checks have some similarities to escrow and payment channels, but there are some important differences between those features and checks. You can send tokens with checks. With payment channels and escrow, you can only send XRP. Checks do not lock up or set aside any funds. The XRP involved in the payment channels and escrow cannot be spent until it is redeemed with a claim provided by the sender payment channels or released by an expiration or crypto condition escrow. You can send XRP to yourself through escrow. You cannot send checks to yourself. This is massive. This is wow. Oh my goodness. I can't. Some people aren't going to understand. Just go back and listen to it again. But this is so crazy. Some of the benefits here. Conditional payment features like Check Create can enable banks to better manage their liquidity. Banks can create and manage conditional payment instructions that are executed automatically when specific criteria are met. This can streamline cash flow management and improve the predictability of funds movements. And why am I so bullish with all this? Because, ladies and gentlemen, I'm in the sector. Over 10 years, I know what happens behind the scenes, and I know a technology like this, especially with all these features added onto it, it's gonna be unstoppable. Absolutely unstoppable. And you're gonna understand exactly why it's unstoppable. Look at these benefits. The Check Create operation allows for the creation of a deferred payment instruction, enabling banks to schedule payments that will be executed automatically when certain conditions are met. Banks often need to manage risk associated with conditional payments or complex transactions. The Check Create operation allows banks to set specific conditions for payments, ensuring that funds are released only when predefined criteria are met. The Check Create operation enables automation of payment processes. Banks can create checks that automatically execute payments when conditions like time, event, occurrence, or other triggers are met. This is a perfect example for bill payments. Can you imagine all the deferred bill payments that you could just put time and conditions on? This is huge. Listen to this. This is basically where the BRICS drops a bombshell. This is for the BRICS. This is for everybody. This is for trade finance. For banks involved in international transactions and trade finance, this goes for BRICS too, the check create operation can be particularly valuable. It has simplified the management of payments, ensuring that the funds are only released when the terms of a trade agreement are met. Ladies and gentlemen, I do appreciate every single one of you guys. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Even listen to this little clip from the BRICS breakfast meeting that they had yesterday. Take a listen to what he says here and take a listen very, very carefully. There's a part where he says building a common currency is basically their end goal.
Any comments from what has come from raised from the floor? We're also going to be looking at wrapping up as well. But
yeah.
Okay.
Well, I think some of the ideas that came up from the audience is I'd like to reflect on them. I think one of which is BRICS countries being able to do more trading in their own national currency will be the first step and towards building a common currency. But I think that's an aspirational goal. More trading in their own national currency will be the first step and towards building a common currency. But I think that's an aspirational goal. We should keep it there. But I think we should first start to aggressively and actively do trading in our own national currencies. I think India has already done. We've done successfully with 18 countries, and we are increasing the volume of trade through that mechanism. It's been very successful on that, and many countries in Africa are very happy to do that.
You really can't make that stuff up. You really can. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. The evidence is here. If you can't see it, I really do apologize. I can't help you any further. If you guys want to support the channel, we have the XRP LED car door light on sale. Link in the description down below. And we will be back with another video. Check create. Or released by an expiration.
We started building RippleNet with the thesis that crypto liquidity would eventually be able to support robust global payments, large payments. RippleNet was designed so that customers seeing the benefits of our fiat-based network could flip the switch to ODL once the market was mature enough. And this is exactly what's happening. Flip the switch.
I think what we're building has, it's solving a real problem. And I think all of the tokens, my advice to anybody would be, understand the utility. If there's real utility and there's real value being delivered to a real customer, there will be value in the token.